Hi people, let's talk about League of Liars by Astrid Scholte. I'm not sure if I mispronounce her name or not. If I do, I'm sorry. It's an amazing book. Astrid is for me an author. I love her books, I love her stories, I love her characters, and this one is no exception. I have to say that it felt like a very ambitious book. It's very rich into world building, magic system, plot, characters, the way in which it's written, different points of view. It's amazing how many things she has put into this story and how well crafted it is. I mean, it's amazing. Yeah. For instance, it's like the fourth time that I'm trying to make the review because it's so rich, it's so vast. There's so many twists and secrets and things going on that I don't know where to begin to summarize this book. So let's try to be very brief. It's going to be spoiler-free as all of my reviews, but there's this city and there's this thing called Edem. It can be found in darkness, so the city is always kept in very strong light, so you cannot find shadows. And Edem, it's this magic that you can use to do whatever. And there's this society group of people called the Regency, and what they do is they are always on the lookout for people who use Edem. So it's kind of easy to control people when they are on the streets, but when they are in their homes, and they're patrolling and all of this. And we have our main character, we have different characters, but the first one that we are going to encounter, Cayder, he's going to be the only character that's going to be narrated in the first person. And he believes so utterly in the justice that the Regency is imparting and in the beliefs and everything. So he wants to be a lawyer. So he is quite surprised when he's working in the prison. He's doing this partnership with a lawyer. He's trying to learn his ropes so he can, devote himself to this kind of life of being a lawyer. And so he's very surprised when the inmate that they are entering inside the prison is none other than his sister. And enter Leta. Leta is an amazing character. I love her to bits. And she has been arrested because apparently she has killed the people of Farrington. Everyone is dead. So apparently she has used them to burn the entire city. And she's claiming that she's innocent, but there's one thing. When you use them, these marks appear on your body. And she has marks on her hands that demonstrate that she has used them. So she's saying that she's innocent, but it seems like the marks on her hand proves otherwise. But there's also another character called Jay. He's also inside the prison. He's been accused of killing his father, and he doesn't want anyone defending him. He's claiming full responsibility for the facts, and apparently it looks like he's doing it willingly. He's taking the fall because he's kind of protecting someone or something. He feels like if he got out of the prison, it will be harder and he has to stay in and he will do anything it takes. So he's charged with the murder of his own father. And also he has another mark of them in his chest. So, And also we are going to have a princess called Princess Eleonora. I have to say that I love this character. And apparently she is in because she has killed her own brother. So, and also she has the marks. So, it's like, okay, everyone is guilty here because they have the marks. But we are going to find our main character, not our main character, Cayder. We are going to find him trying to prove everyone is innocent. And in doing so he's going to begin discover things about the Regency and how apparently those people who are in power, controlling the use of them, are not actually transparent about this magic and about what it implies. And I'm not going to say much more about it. So this is the world that we are going to find, and this story, it's amazing. The world building, it's amazing. Everything is so well done, so well crafted. It was amazing. There's lots of twists and things that you aren't expecting, and I do love how Astrid has written this story and how it all ends weaving together, and you can begin to see all the relationships and everything, and it's amazing. You're going to find romance also here, but it's very subtle. I mean, it's not overwhelming, like I love you too, but and it flows very well with the story, and it's very well found and very well crafted and completely believable. And I do love to have this group of of guys and girls trying to, you know, to prove that they are innocent, that they are being framed, and that probably the regency is behind all of this. And why are they hiding things about them? Why Farrington had to burn? Why is Jay inside the prison and doesn't want to get out? Why has been let framed? And what happens with the princess? So yeah, for me it was amazing. And it makes you think a lot about a lot of things, like the imbalance in power, like these people in the regency not being transparent about the information they have and trying to control people by controlling them. And I love the trees in different characters because they're characters that you begin the book loving, and by the end it's like, ah. And also, for instance, Cayder and Leta's father, you began the book thinking that he's a bastard. But by the end of the book, you understand him completely. And yeah, I mean, that's something that's amazing. And yeah, one of the things that I did love is how different all the characters are. I love how they all react to more or less the same thing in different ways. We have Leta, she's claiming that she is not guilty. She is not going to plead guilty because she isn't. And it doesn't matter if it makes it harder on herself, she is not guilty, and she's not going to play into the hands of the justice and do whatever they want because she's not guilty. And I love she's this strong character, but you began to see her under the stress, suffering, feeling like she wants to cry, like she wants to hide from the wall, like, okay, you know, I don't want anyone else to suffer because of me. And I love that you have this character who's strong, but also is very vulnerable, and I love her. I love how Jay, also being thrown in prison, he's very flippant, he is always making jokes, he is always like very loud, very noisy, and that's his way of dealing with everything that's going on around him. And then we have the Princess Eleonora, and I love how she is in that, she's like, she doesn't see a way out, so she's like throwing the towel because there's lots of things happening around her and the people who wants to help her. Sure, she has decided to be this scapegoat. He's not going to say anything. She's not going to do. And I love how she has or not a change of heart. And I love how believable all the characters are because you have different people thrown into the situation of being incarcerated for something that they did or maybe did not do. And I love how they react in different ways and very human ways. And this is something that I love about Astrid's characters because all of them are very human, very different. I love how Cayder, who was very convinced that, you know, the justice system was something perfectly working correctly and good, and how he begins to question everything that he has ever believed because he has family, people he cares about, affected by, you know, by this system of by these powerful people, and he begins to question everything. And, you know, and I love how all the characters love each other, how some of them are family, some are family found, some are people you love. And yeah, I mean, it's an amazing book, and I want the second one so badly. Yeah, I have to say that if you have read Astrid's books, you're going to love this one. If you have never read any of her books, you have to pick one of them, the three of them, everything, because it's amazing. Also, I want to show you something, and it's that I wasn't expecting this book to have illustration. Here you have the arrest report for Jay Buetter. We are going to have the arrest reports for all the characters, but also we are going to have to find different illustrations. For instance, we are going to find, this is the prison, Bardarian, and we are going to find schematics of the prison in the future. And also we are going to find, this is the Edem mark of Leta, and I did love that we have these little illustrations intersected. This is a part of a drawing that Leta did of something that I'm not going to tell you what it is. Yeah, I did love that because it really complements the story, and yeah, I love this book. So pick this one up. Thank you for watching. Bye!